The Brott Music Education Concert takes place at the Burlington Performing Arts Center on Thursday, November 13th. This is the first time the concert series has made its way to Burlington. To learn more about this tradition, I caught up with the conductor for the evening, Martin MacDonald. But before we get into the interview, I first wanted to show you an example of what the young minds are exposed to at the concert.
You have to always find something that is going to connect with the children.
That energy, it's contagious.
The live show is very important because the children connect all of what they're hearing with the visual on stage. I find that it's an incredible way to end a unit on Instrument Families and bring the entire orchestra to life.
Before you go to a concert, you're sent a package. You get lessons that you can teach beforehand that will complement the program that you can teach afterwards. It makes an engaging way to teach it in a way that they might want to move forward and explore classical music further.
So tell me in general about Brott Music Education.
Well, it continues a very long-standing tradition of our founder, Boris Brott, who was he was a champion of these orchestral education programs. He used to run them here in Hamilton, as well as at the National Arts Center Orchestra in Ottawa and various other places. And, you know, it's really an opportunity for us to bring, several thousand kids into the concert hall over the span of a few hours of a morning. And be able to present, a 50-minute orchestra show where we get to play music. We introduce members of the orchestra, instruments of the orchestra, and we try to tie everything together into a theme. This year's theme is space, and it's a really wonderful way to connect with a lot of, it's K to 6, the age ranges on the kids, and give them from the vast majority of them, their first experience at seeing a live orchestra in concert, which is, quite thrilling and overwhelming. And we have visuals and, there's a narrative behind the concerts as well. We have 2 performances in Burlington this year on Thursday, November 13th. At 9:45 and 11:30 in the morning, and the kids will be bussed in. They'll see the show, they're bus out. The next buses come in, see the show, they bus out. So it's pretty fast paced.
Okay, so you mentioned space there as far as the theme goes. So what is that? Where does space and music coming together? What type of tracks will the kids be hearing?
Well, we've called it Blast Off Orchestra in Orbit, and we'll play the opening to 2001 Space Odyssey. And then we're going to play Mars and Jupiter from Holst the Planets. We'll play some Clair de Lune. We're going to play some Star Wars music. We're going to play some Superman music because, Superman was not from this world. And then what's exciting is we're going to play the Strauss on the Beautiful Blue Danube waltzes because that was just broadcast into space back in May from Vienna to be broadcast into the cosmos. So we're going to play a little bit of that. And then we're going to bring big things back to Earth. And we're going to play a Canadian piece called United Anthems, which celebrates all of our countries around the world. And then we're going to finish off with the greatest piece of music that we have to mankind, and that's the Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Symphony No. 9. So with the kids singing along. So it's a great big, and we're going to introduce instruments of the orchestra and talk about how does this instrument evoke thoughts of space and planets and the moon and stars and that sort of thing. So it's really exciting, and a big orchestra too.
Okay, so I want to channel my inner child here and ask you just a personal interest question. I mean, as I was, going through things to do this interview, it kind of struck me that, okay, well, I know how someone can pick up an instrument, have an interest, pick it up, practice, then get together with an orchestra, keep practicing, and eventually perform. But a conductor, what's the path? I don't even know how you train or how you practice or any of that. How does that work?
Well, the world of conducting is a bit like the Wild West. There is no real path or one set path. Everybody sort of creates their own way. And for me, it was, I've been playing in orchestras. I've been watching orchestras since I was a little boy, but I've been playing in orchestras since I was in my teens. And then when I got into university, I just started taking every conducting course I could get my hand on. I started, asking ensemble directors, can I have a piece to conduct? Can I do something? And then I went and did my master's in conducting at McGill University. And then it's just a matter of, you constantly having to try to promote yourself and push yourself and try to get yourself opportunities. It's the old catch 22. You can't get a job without experience, but you can't get experience without, a job. So, you just start plugging away at trying to get positions and guest conducting and get yourself out there and, build a reputation. And it takes a long time. Can be incredibly frustrating when it doesn't work, but it's beautiful when it works. So it's a great thing.